The Information and E-Government Authority held an engaging and productive virtual regional e-government experts workshop to provide vital input to improve e-government development indicators for the upcoming United Nations E-Government Survey Report 2022. The workshop, organized under the patronage of the Chief Executive of the Information and E-Government Authority, Mohammed Al-Qaid, brought senior UNDSA officials, leaders of digital governments in the Arab and Gulf region, ICT experts, decision makers, academics, researchers, government officials and practitioners across the globe. The speakers and participants in the workshop praised Bahrain's effort to strengthen cooperation and exchange of experiences between Arab countries in the e-government field. Al-Qaid discussed major technological advancements such as 5G, cloud computing, artificial intelligence that have been implemented in many countries across the region and the manner by which ICT advancements have accelerated the diversification of the economy in many countries in the region. He also stressed that technological advancements support to the government's efforts to address the challenges related to COVID-19. Al-Qaid highlighted the importance of reflecting the regional challenges and technological advancements and aspirations in the UN report.
This is a country initiatives that is also very well received by us, because give the opportunity to go more in depth on digital transformation for the GCC countries and from the Arabic speaking countries. So I do believe that these kind of initiatives are very productive. The quality of the speakers, the quality of the panels, the quality of the intervention were very high, and it was very useful for us. So we also took notes on all the very good advice and suggestions.
In the Arab region, we cannot speak about the same challenges facing all countries, because we can easily distinguish between three clusters in the Arab region. Then there is the GCC, who have who are quite developed in digital development, and then we have another cluster which include countries like Morocco, Egypt, Tunisia, Jordan, and Lebanon in some cases. And then we have another cluster, which is the third one, which include the post-conflict countries and the least developed country. Then whenever we talk about country, we have to make distinction between the three category or the three clusters. But based on, however, there are some common aspects that we can speak about, but which varies from one degree to another according to the cluster.
And for more on this matter, we are joined over the phone by the Chief Executive of the Information and E-Government Authority, Mr. Mohammed Ali Al-Qaid. Hello, Mr. Al-Qaid. It's good to have you here with us tonight. Can you tell us about how the workshop adds input to the UN E-Government Development Report 2022?
Good evening. Thank you very much. As we know, with the directions of His Majesty the King and the support of His Royal Highness Crown Prince Prime Minister, Bahrain always ranked in the past 10 or 12 years, ranked in very high in the UN report. And recently, in the recent reports, all the GCC has been, categorized in that area. UNDSA is in preparatory stage for E-Government Development Index 2022, preparing for the evaluations and for the evaluation process and criteria. Bahrain has a long-standing association with UNDSA and have hosted many events supporting the facilitation of information sharing. Bahrain hosted regional government expert workshop in 2012 and also organized the study tours for developing countries to learn from the innovative practices of Bahrain in the field of e-government. Also, Bahrain takes pride in leading the knowledge sharing and is an active contributor to the government development in the region. Digital investments in Bahrain has paved way for ensuring a smooth operations of business and government, even in this period of pandemic crisis. The digital interventions like the Aware app, cloud-enabled services ensure that the business and citizens' life never come to a standstill. And Bahrain, as we know, through this workshop, was able to provide regional considerations and expectations related to digital interventions in the Arab region, and in particular in the Gulf region, as well as reflect the regional considerations and expectations that we expect to reflect in this upcoming report. Through the global digital trends, learning about the global digital trends and challenges, learn from them, align our strategies in the region, and contribute to the report.
And what are the needed steps to further develop e-governments in Bahrain and GCC countries?
As I mentioned, since the region is ranked very high, so the focus in the GCC countries shouldn't be on the ranking itself, but on the digital transformation of our public services in general. So as a region, we have to continue doing what we are doing in our focus into the digital transformation. Learn, of course, from the reports, from the areas of focus about the trends, the global trends, what's going on. Focus on the demand side of the digital transformation more than the supply side. Align our national strategies and our national digital transformation agenda and strategies based on that. Strengthen the cooperation and sharing the experiences of the GCC. As we know, in the last UN report, the report complemented the work that's been done in the GCC and put a section about the cooperation happening in the GCC, and this is why we ranked very high. So we have to continue in that area, focus on the global trends, as I mentioned, and emerging technologies such as the cloud, AI, blockchain, IoT, robotics, 5G. Try to use whatever is going on globally, and of course we are a contributor to this. Use those digital trends into our national transformations of not only the e-government services, but in all aspects of and most of the strategies and the government.
Yes, indeed. And that was the Chief Executive of the Information and E-Government Authority, Mr. Mohammed Ali Al-Qaid. Thank you very much for joining us.